So yeah, another welding video. This one's of me kind of jumbling all the clips together. This one's just me rolling around some stainless steel cups. This is kind of like a really old school machine. It's kind of crazy thinking about like all the lathes and milling machines, that these are the things that actually built America and a lot of the important structures that we use on a day-to-day basis. I think that's actually one of the most fun things as a blue-collar worker or as a tradesman or like as a welder, is just the fact that, you know, this stuff that I'm building, I can see it making a difference. And of course there's like other jobs that do the same thing, like plumber, doctor, lawyer, and all that stuff. But, you know, I don't know what it is, but it's just like knowing that, because what we do is that we build like water distilleries, and those go into like government agencies or companies or schools even. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's thinking like, man, people gonna be drinking water because of me, bro, because of me. That's kind of insane. But yeah, in this clip is kind of showing you like all the old school like jigs we used to do. So we'll just put a bend in it, and this thing is like adjusting the right amount of throttle in your washroom or your bathroom, trying to get the perfect temperature. So that's why I never touch it. I start off on one side and it's looser, and then it progressively gets tighter, which is why I go from like right to left. Then I just check for how easy it's gonna be or how easy it's gonna feel to weld. And then I bring it together. This is all like super thin stuff. I think it's like 20 gauge or more or less. Right now, what I do is I just squeeze it together, try to make sure the ends are pretty flush, or if not, they're splitting the difference. Give a quick couple tacks, you know, and people are going to be like, oh, you're not purging it. Oh, you're not this. Oh, it's not perfect dimes. Listen, there's a difference between, you know, what Instagram shows you, what real life is, what the field is, and what your company wants. This company is just like, don't make this thing leak, and that's all they care about. And it being pretty is extra points. So you'd be surprised, you know, a lot of other places, they don't really care. And in this place, I actually learned how to weld stainless steel, like full penetration, without the need of a argon backing. And people are gonna be like, how the hell do you do that? I can't tell you, because then you're gonna take my damn job. But right now I have the lid on the top of the cup, and it's not machined perfectly, and nothing is ever going to be machined perfectly because it's made by a person. And me, I am just doing the best I can with what I got. That's how you're going to be as a welder. So I'm just welding the cup, or tacking the cup on, and then I'm going to weld all around it. So now that's all tied together, I'm going to be welding this damn near paper thin weight all around with, again, no purge in the back. And really, you kind of just want to go super cold on this. This is kind of how I avoid the sugaring on the back, because they don't really need full penetration on something super thin like this, because no matter what you're going to do, the thing is not going to go anywhere. If something manages to break it, I can guarantee it will not be my weld that breaks first. But right now, I'm just going all around at a smooth pace, taking my time. And really, I've never done stuff like pipe or like circular things before. I mean, I can do it, but it's just definitely a different skill. I try to give myself a 6G practice test, and that shit is not easy. Okay, obviously, I've never done pipe before, and I didn't do that much in welding school. So, you know, maybe it's just like regular welding where I just got to practice and it come to me. I really just am trying to get more into like, you know, mastering TIG more. So I was actually thinking I might go back to school, or, you know, I don't really feel like a union, but just like try to get my degree in welding, because I can maybe get a CWI, so like certified welding inspector, or I can at least get a lot more experience of practicing different types of movements and get free testing and free practice. But it's just like, a degree in welding, that's kind of retarded. So as you saw, it wasn't really sugar on the inside, and the insides are going to get cleaned out from a sponge. This right now is actually the inside. I'm trying to get the video recording of it, but this is just a actual clean weld where it's colorless. This is ideally how you'd want it to look like on stainless steel instead of the rainbow colors, actually, because no matter what you do or how clean the welds are, they don't really care on pretty colors because it's going to get brushed away anyways. So this right here, I weld the inside, then I weld the outside of a 96 liter. This might be random clips of like 80 gallons or like 150 gallon tanks. It really just depends. I just thought this was cool. It kind of shows how steady my hand is. I go in the straight line right here. I really like that a lot of jobs don't really go up to code, or most trades don't go up to code. You see, this is the after of me welding. Only did the inside and outside, because how we do is that we put it on a copper plate and then we tack it together and weld it. Now I'm putting the tops and bottoms on. So really, this is like a lot of production stuff. Nothing really fancy. Just have a steady hand, try to have the right settings, take your time with it. And, you know, thankfully this place doesn't really have super duper like strict AWS, ANSI, or ANS1 standards. It really is just like have have water leak test proven welds, and you should be good. You know, a lot of places it depends on where you go. Some places they might care, some places they might want to weave, some places they want the welds to look a certain way. So it kind of just depends. I hope this kind of like opens up what you could possibly be doing as like a welder. It really just depends. It really can just be like most of the time, like this right here, like you could be doing production work like this, or fabrication work where it's just something different or it's something new. This right now on the 150 is where I weld the nipples from the inside for the 150 gallon tank. I don't really know what else to talk about in this thing. I'm kind of just yapping away. But I hope y'all have been good. I hope the videos are kind of entertaining at least. Hopefully that some new guys can see this and they can see, you know, what they could be doing, what can't be done. You know, pretty well right there. A lot of it. This one's just another 80-gallon tank where I try to make sure that the inside or the outside was welded properly, so that way it's not trying to fight me. Because when you weld it a certain way, like let's say it's like one side's perched up, that will show. So I try to take a lot of time when I'm welding up the seam in the beginning. And I think I might just let the rest of this play, because it's just like kind of satisfying to watch, and I just don't really know. I'm still just a super young welder, so I don't really know how much to give out for tips. I guess one tip would be that wear your respirator, because I just found out argon can kill you. It's not just inhaling the fumes, but argon might not, you know, be poisonous to inhale, but what it does is that it replaces the oxygen. Like it pushes out the oxygen that's in your body. So that's terrifying. But now you know. And this is me cleaning the inside of the 80-gallon or 150. So we'd use like a big ass brush and just dive in there. And we would clean the burns. So it's no sugar anywhere in here. You gotta have it super cold. Like cold, and it's how you get that sweet spot. You know, it's penetrating, everything's connected and welded, but it's not burning out the other side. So it's like penetration, but not, I don't know how to explain it. Older guys in the comments try to explain it to me, but right now I'm just cleaning the inside with a gun. This is one of the final pieces of what I'm building, so it's kind of like a gigantic set. So right now how I'll do it, I'll first roll the plate or roll the stainless steel, turn into the 80-gallon or 150-gallon. Then I would weld it together from the seam inside, then I would weld the nipples on, then I would weld the tops and bottoms on. Afterwards, I would build the seams. So I would weld a frame together, do your best to make sure it's not wobbly and warped out. That takes a lot of practice. So that's one other thing to worry about, you know, have enough clamps, have enough, you know, have the right bead pattern, trying to use too much heat. And then welding a frame, I think, is one of the best tips, or like one of the things to test out someone's fabrication skills, because it seems super simple, but having a square that's flat and you push on one corner that doesn't lift on the other side, that one is badass. So I would weld the frame up, and I would weld a smaller one and a big one for obviously the 80-gallon, the 150. Then I would put these tabs on there and just measure it out to where it's like half point, then weld those on. So I think I might just let it end here in terms of me yapping. And then clearly this is from different days, because sometimes I'll have different clothes on and even a different helmet on. So, you know, this is all kind of like a project where it's just like take your time, do whatever you gotta do, and just make 100 of these.